this time I know I'm not muted because I made sure I hit the unmute button after going split screen, which is so annoying. It's like, why is it deciding for me whether or not it should be on or off when it's already on? I guess I'm going to end the dash, restart it, see if that changes anything. Like, I just got a sweet order. It was like 3.5 miles for $6. So now I literally got $6. Wow. Grab a Dollar General order. I'm right next to it. They're like 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, that's right. You what? Are you okay, man? Yeah, I appreciate it. I just can't read it because I'm like on 2 screens right now. Like I'm like, I got the little screen up top and a little screen at the bottom. So if I like have a hard time reading your comments, that's why. I'm like trying to read it. It's like so hard, dude. Thank you. I could probably change that a little bit, but yeah, I've got like this new stand, hands-free. But like it's really uncomfortable. It's something that I made from scratch. It's like a hanging tripod. So I don't know. I'm thinking that I have to put like a full shoulder on this or something to hold it up there. But I think I got the right angle on it. Like for the viewing, for vlogging, this is pretty much the right view. Okay. Maybe that's why, because I haven't jammed it over this way yet. So that looks good, right? That's like probably the best angle that I'm gonna get. I'm pretty sure that's right. That's right. My fucking legs, like, excuse my language. My legs are like splitting pain right now. But I'm just like, I gotta get out, make the money. I've been up all night still. I haven't slept, so. Superman in the vampire. Yeah, dude. Okay, here we go. Ding ding. Ding 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 ding. We got that. Where is it going? Where is it then? Is it going that far, dude? I gotta go like. Oh no, I'm going back up. Oh, sweet. Yeah, dude. Got that last order for the night right here.
Drive north on.
I'm gonna mute that shit. So after this car goes, come on. Go, 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 go. Yeah. This is where I go fast, so you guys can get a little bit of a view. fucking traffic cone in the middle of the road. And might have broke a toe. Only broke one toe. Alright. Yeah, if I broke a toe, I only broke one. Sucks. Fucking traffic cone on its side, so the black part was showing and that was it. So now I got a bad foot on the right side. I hope my foot's okay. Shit, dude. I like this. Oh, this is held up to. No blood. If I broke a pinky toe, that's whatever. I mean, not a pinky toe, but like that's my good foot. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to be extra careful. Can't really see with these sunglasses on, but I also I have to make sure. That one's good. If any one of them's bad, it's my ring toe. I don't know if it's really bad. It doesn't feel like it's so bad. But find out. Guess a couple of days. So, these in this box. The DoorDash for Joshua. Hang around forever, I guess. But it's bad. Unfortunately, it's wrong. Because there was two people sitting on the seat. I'm just like kind of in shock because I slammed, like, what happened was I slammed my ring toe right up against the bottom of a freaking cone that was sitting upside down. So I couldn't see it. And I think it might have been a white bottom or a black bottom. It doesn't really matter, man. It's crazy. Holy shit. So it dislocated my ring toe, and now it relocated it. So that felt crazy. That popped hard, so I'm glad whatever just happened. So I can pop it back into place. But that was insane, dude. Because I didn't expect it. Ow, I definitely broke that thing. Directions. That sucks, dude. Well, now I can't put too much pressure on that foot either. Might need a stent. So I might need a stent. At least I can still pedal. God, dude, it's every day. It's just another surprise. You know, it's like women, they just don't understand like how many fucking problems like dudes have to go through, and like they just go along their day because they don't have any of that danger. Dude. Like I got a constant danger going on. This is insane. feel that. It doesn't feel that. Broke in the middle, that's gonna suck. It's a slight tingle. But I was wearing the glasses so I don't get anything in my eyes. And I can't afford a $5 pair of glasses. So, it has nothing to do with my job selection. It has everything to do with getting fucked over. All the way down this damn. And then I gotta go up and pass the skin. Glad that wasn't my pinky toe. This is just another damn unfortunate event. Just keeps getting heavy brakes going on this thing. That's great. Or it's flattened. So it feels numb more than it feels painful. I think it's a good time. Find out in a few. I don't know if that's my foot that feels squishy or if it's just sweat. Yeah, that was a good. Okay. That was the scary part. If I landed down, right? And if I didn't feel right, that was gonna be like the super scary part. That didn't happen. So I might have lucked out. Thank you, Bob. I did Bob. Thank you. God is real. Honestly. Yeah. Toy Story 5. That's what we do, right? Oh, I got breaking toes. It's beautiful. And you know what? I love it. Okay. It's not somebody that's doing the water wrong. Keeping it hard. Yeah, we're priding us. Like, all I can hope is that the thing did not go through my skin. It might just be sweat. Might just be a little bit of sweat. I hope it is. No, dude, come on, man. I can't. In the dash. You tried to give me a 15-mile order. Like, that's what I'm trying to avoid. Especially at a time like right now when I gotta check my toe. Dude, I might have busted my toe really good. I can't check it yet because customers have, I don't feel, no, there's no blood dripping, so it's okay. It's good. It might just be sweat. Yeah. There goes another foot. Ow. Oh no. That was crazy. So, I'm gonna I can't really report this. I can't report the DoorDash, you know. But this was right now it's 9:49 p.m. Eastern, June 8th, 2026. It doesn't feel right. It's like I gotta make sure that it's set right. But I'm afraid to do anything with it until I get back. But then again, the longer I wait, the worse it's gonna be. So, oh my god. That was insane, dude. Why the fuck? Are people just leaving traffic cones like that up? That was insane, dude. Like, that's not supposed to be there. It was an unlit part of the road. Taken it if I had my other bike, because I would have had, yeah, I probably would have taken it because I would have had at least 35 to 45 miles, because that thing was like half-assed when I was using it, but it was at half capacity. That was 45 miles. This thing's only getting 20. And as you can see, this thing has sunken down all the way down, and it hasn't stayed in its position. So I just got paid $8.80 to break the toe. driver dashes. So that would kind of sound silly. I busted my toe on. Busted my toe, guys. Driving. Yeah, I can't do that. Deal with the pain, deal with the problem. What I should do before I go sit down. Stop at the store. We're going too fast, man. Insane. That's why I will not ride, and that's why I should never ride in the breakdown lane. Never. Never again. I am not riding in the breakdown lane anymore. Because, like, if I was in the breakdown lane and that happens, there's no avoiding that at all. My bike will just make it up in the air. Flat tires, I'm done breaking my fucking feet. I'm done getting hit. Yo, it was funny, when I got hit the second time and the first time, I was in a breakdown lane. I'm like, I was in a very skinny breakdown lane when I got hit the second time. And the first time I was in a full-on bike lane. Person comes out in front of me. I'm sick of getting hit. I'm sick of getting my fucking bones broken. I just saw a random extension cord sitting folded up around 8 lanes on the side of the road. As if it might have fallen off a truck. But it's definitely getting on my nerves. I set this phone stand up to avoid that. Like, I wanted it up here. I was down here. This thing is not working out. Not yet, of course. Panic. My foot is broken. It's a guaranteed break. I know, like, I felt it freaking pop. It's funny, I said I won't go into the breakdown lane. I'm in the breakdown lane. Wow, I'm back in the breakdown lane. If you're a regular watcher, if you're watching, I broke my toe. I gotta go check it. I'm like 45 miles per hour and slam up against it. There's people leaving their tracks. You know? Usually just what happens. do we got here? What's it? Okay. Are you a regular? There's no much. I don't know if my toes mangled or not. Ow. Alright. So that feels okay. Okay. That could have been worse, dude. I don't know. Look at it. Man. I hope it's okay. It's just a toe. Like I broke my pinky toe before. So, ow. It feels a little bit swollen. Or it's a little bit inflamed. But it's not bad. But this is why I am not going on I'm not riding on the breakdown road anymore. Right? I get a bone break, when I get a toe break or something, you know. Probably want to be. But I can't. Why is everybody being aggressive? This is how fucking people act. No wonder. No fucking wonder, dude. People are fucking fatigued. I gotta mute this just in case. Alright. So if y'all ain't caught on yet, basically I do that because I'm used to it. Make sure I don't copyright. What should I talk about next? Any ideas? my toe, but it's not bad. It's gonna heal. It's gonna take like a day and a half. I fucking slammed up against a traffic cone going at 45. It slammed up against my pedal and my toe. But I still completed the order and we got the money. I caught that on video though. You guys can rewind and find out. So these other fucking kids are acting, dude. Like all prowling. I'm about to carry a second monkey's paw. Share the road, guys. Be nice. If we're in the breakdown lane, consider me not to be in the breakdown lane. I gotta people with these lights on the trucks and stuff, you can tell those people that are these beta networks, they have a crowd network communication. It's all digital communication. It's like and everything now. It's kind of crazy. Remember, of course, nobody's evil. Somebody can be possessed by a demon, but nobody's the demon. So, I don't know if that's we have a lot of people needing lock their doors. Like the glances that I got, they could have been like, oh, who is this person? I don't know. Or okay. That worked out okay. Alright. Yeah, I see them acting up like everywhere. It's fucking messed up, dude. Like they're using gas stations for fucking handies or something. Like they're doing full negotiations. Like, dude. should do make a stronger monkey's paw.
Like a monkey's paw, all you need is just anything. Well, I broke my toe.
That's what's up. I went out, did a couple dashes, and I broke my toe. I wear sandals. So going in this video, if you rewind in this video, you'll hear me slam up against something on my way to grab the order, and basically there was a traffic cone laying on the side, and I think it was like the bottom of it, and it might have been black, so I didn't see it, and it wasn't in a lit up area. Like, I don't even think they're supposed to have it there. That's why I'm not riding in the breakdown lane again. If I was in the breakdown lane and that thing was like laying across like that, I would have nowhere to go. So I slammed at like 45 miles per hour. Wham! Slammed that traffic cone up against my ring toe. So not my pinky toe, but my ring toe. Went boom! Slammed it. It did something. I haven't really tried to squish around at it yet, so we'll find out in a minute when I'm ready to go do that. I'm not sure how bad it is yet, but as I was just out there, basically, I'm seeing how rowdy these kids are. It's crazy. One of them just stopped, and I'm just like, okay, you have a green light, and I'm like looking around him, I'm like, okay, this is just tomfoolery. Get out of my way. There's a dude in a truck. He's like, Florida Grove. Like, these kids don't understand that Florida, there's a certain level of respect because, like, everybody's in Florida has fought. You know, there's a lot of these kids that haven't been up against the man. So they think that they're tough, and it's too bad. They've been brought up to think that, like, things are just roses. All politics are weird. Nick Fuentes is right, though. What? I don't even think most people think that. I don't even think, like, that generation is paying attention to anything in politics. I think they're just, like, hype like that. Oh, that's edgy, like that. So I think they're just doing edgewood stuff. And that's why I'm thinking that it would just make sense that they're going to be the ones with those next stages, like those next really solid connections with people. So they're going to have the businesses in the future. You see all the revenue dying off from all these streamers is because the changeover is happening. The shift is happening. And this was already talked about a long time ago by that generation. So Generation Z, I had a conversation with them quite a long time ago, and quite a few of them were popping up, and they were like bringing up random topics of how they're taking over the world and stuff. And I was like, you're crazy. But it all started adding up the more that they said it, because one of them actually pieced it all together. Another person told me witchcraft, like there was all kinds of shit. If you talked to just anyone on those old calls, you came across so many different types of individuals, and they were all open. Did I get the pressure washer going? No, I didn't. I haven't had the time for that. I don't have the tools for that either. But it's not a big deal. Like, what am I going to do with the pressure washer? What I need to do is use that for a different function. So what I would like to turn that into a generator. So what I've learned so far is that apparently by spinning this
that generates electricity? What? So if I spin this really, really, really fast, then that generates even more electricity? So that means if I set up a bunch of gears in a certain way and have a crank, oh, I can generate electricity. So basically, I didn't know that. I don't have a voltage meter, so I wish I had a voltage meter. It's only like $5 to $10, but I don't know which one to get that's actually reliable. And, you know, I buy one, it's a waste of $5. I buy another one, it's another waste of $5. You know, I need to make sure that I'm getting what I need to get. So I might spend $15 on it to make sure that I have the right voltage meter. But that's how I am. Because I've bought so many duds online, things that are broken all the time. I guess an alternator, yeah, you could say an alternator. So basically, I guess there's like different components to it though. Like, yeah, I want to make something for like after shit hits the fan. I need a way to make electricity, not for like anything specific, just to be able to hold on to that knowledge. That's basically what I'm trying to do, is trying to apply my brain to everything that should be remembered in the next cycle, and that's easy to memorize based on just the fundamentals. So that's why I'm doing all of these things, like crafting things from scratch instead of buying it at a store. It's like, you know, I want to understand the fundamentals of everything. I'm a glutton for information. It's just that I don't have anybody to hang out with to show me these things, and it's just been, you know, a failure most of the time because, like, you know, everything that I make is like half-assed. Like I tried to make a bag that would work in the next cycle, where you could close this and you could guarantee, like, put a stamp on it in some way, maybe a piece of metal, a metal clasp with a stamp attached to it, like a logo, that you could have it like fully sealed, fully waterproof, hand the bag over to somebody else, and then you know exactly if they opened it or not, because all the stitching would be perfect on the inside, because I did inside stitching. So I wanted to prevent people from actually touching the stitching, and I have a way to do that. So there is a way, but I have not completed that process yet. So there's all these different designs that I'd like to make, but there's certain fundamentals such as electricity I don't understand. Like woodworking, I understand it now. You know, you need oil. You need to preserve that wood. You need to keep it dry and then preserve the wood. You got to dry it out and then make it soak up with resins. So that applies to everything in the natural realm. Like, that's an easy skill to have in a next cycle. So my brain is taking a different transformation than most people are. People are going up. I'm going over here. We're going that way. We're going down. Guys, open your eyes. Society is unsustainable the way it is. This is all getting shut down at some point. Like, I'm sorry to tell everybody, like, if it's a newsflash to anyone, but we can't go on like this. You know what I mean? Things eventually crumble. Like I've said before, there is no such thing as absolutes, but there are inevitabilities. With a certain probability that over time, you do it, flip a coin enough times, you're gonna get a heads, you're gonna get a tails. Simple as that. Why did I lose a light? What the hell happened to that? What's my explanation? Well, basically, I'm getting the last of the information that I can provide down somewhere where it matters before I can move on. Because my brain wants to go to a different realm. It wants to go to survival. In order to be in survival, you're not into this. You know, I used to be without phones. without technology. I survived without technology, and I expect to do it again. So one good defense tool, of course, a bat, but no. You need something that isn't concealed, but doesn't give off some kind of threatening vibe. I'm not going to tell you what that is. I'm going to show it to you when I make it. I have to make a holder for it too. So I will do that as well. But yeah, everything that I'm doing is just, it's getting prepared for being off grid. So making a bow drill, it's like you don't even need the soapstone. You don't even need a bow drill to start a fire. So you need just dry wood, cut a notch, a straight notch into like a flat log, dry log, and rub that stick in that notch. And then you get a pile of smoldering coals, and cool, now you got fire. So simple as that. Getting glue, it takes a process. So learning how to use twine without the glue is a huge skill, and that's like what I've been able to do, and that's what I aim to do with these bags, or I aimed to do these bags if I had enough time to work on it. But basically the concept that I have for these bags is water moves down. It always finds its own level. That's science. No, I didn't even get to take physics, and there was like another class for science because I was in plumbing and heating. I took a trade. So I had to learn all these physics and everything. I had to learn all the extra curricular stuff on my own. I had to do like my own research to figure out physics. I was never taught it in school. So my understanding of physics is reading it out of a book and doing the problems, and like I wanted to understand it. I didn't understand it fully. I didn't get to do alternator. I never got to build engines and stuff. I think that's what people do in physics or even chemistry. Yeah, chemistry was another one that I didn't get to do. So I didn't get chemistry and physics. I had to figure that shit out on my own. So I have a layman's understanding, a very advanced layman's understanding of that kind of technology. So when I talk about that stuff, I'm looking at like just fundamentals. You can apply fundamentals to everything to understand the rest. So you could call me like a jack of all trades, or like an inventor of all trades, because I can invent anything for any sort of situation. I just don't have the tools. And there's a few fundamentals, such as electricity, that I don't understand. I can't figure out like the voltage, like the push and pull through, like the current is pushing and pulling at the same time. I don't get it. Isn't it vibrating? But how is it flowing if it's vibrating? I don't get it. And I've tried to watch hundreds of videos, at least 100 videos on electricity to figure it out. I need to see it done. I need an expert to be like, that's how it works. Oh, yeah, that's why they're flowing. What? Oh, okay. So I also have in mind, I've been up since the day before yet, like just last night I did not sleep. I was notified at 11 o'clock at night that bombs would be going off, etc. So I haven't slept at all. Hoping that these clothes are done soon. But yeah, I'd like to turn that into an alternator, but just to know how it works. And I think it's going to be simple if I get a voltage meter. That's one of the things on my bucket list that I need to get. That I'm probably going to get in the next couple of weeks, if not the next week. Because I want to figure out if this battery's dead in this bike. I want to figure out if this battery's healthy. I want to figure out electricity too. That runs on a DC motor, and what ChatGPT told me was that because it's on a DC motor, it can charge a battery. It just has to be a specific battery. That's a 12 volt. But the thing is in order for that to work, there's like a regulator. There's like two things that you need that you can pull out of cheaper components and make it. The whole soldering part, though, that's the part that I don't like. Because it's like, you can't really do that in the next cycle. Or can you? There's a billion lead weights all over the road, so maybe I could take like a hot wire, iron wire, and take lead weights and try to melt it. That's where I want to get my mind. I want to be able to do like cyberpunk or something, basically. But having this information before knowledge becomes inaccessible. People would take it for granted that knowledge is accessible right now. Having this stuff embedded into your brain before that is going to save you your knowledge subscription next month or the next year. When they take everything off of the web, when everything becomes corrupt and everything gets hacked, all the old, Wikipedia ends up getting hacked or shut down, where are you going to get your information from? Reddit? I'm sure they got a Reddit for everything, but that's another system that can be taken down. So eventually it's going to come down to these data banks, basically. And they have harvested tons of data, but it's all encrypted. And what they need to do is they need to decrypt it later with quantum computing. Like, apparently Microsoft is making a new chip. There's another one that's like making a new chip that was, Huawei made a new chip, apparently. Ben Miles had a video on it. I haven't checked it out yet, but there was a title, new chip by Huawei. Didn't think it was possible. So there's chip breakthroughs coming through now. There's also the optical chips. There's a lady, Anastasia, I think, that talks about another chip. It's an optical lens chip. So they're using optical connector, like communicators. So it's at the speed of light, faster than FiOS, because you can layer it. So that's what that's the specialty of like optics. Is you have like multiple layers, like sandwich layers, and it hits all of those layers at once. So instead of going through the cable and having a one signal, you have all of the signals at once. And you get to choose which signal bounces back and which doesn't, etc. But you can have all the signals at once. You can have 15 signals at once bouncing off. So that's the beauty of optic chips, and that's the next step. I think my toe will be fine. The thing, like, I think I might have even been able to hear it on the video because it popped that loud. So if it was on the video, it popped. And I gotta reseat my tire tomorrow. So if I can get the scooter running, then that's kind of cool. It can be kind of dangerous. I'm gonna have to put a literal a light on the back of that. How the hell am I gonna like? Because I have to have a light on the back of it too, right? Imagine when everybody's on the road using these things. People are getting repoed constantly. It's kind of like a race to the bottom. It's like right now, what the wealthiest people are doing is they're like racing to the bottom, but the slowest to reach the bottom wins. So that's what's going on right now. That's what happens during a bear market in general. But with these repos going on, people's way of life is just collapsing. And those people don't have they like have a nomadic way of life. So it seems like they're ready for it. But we're gonna have a lot of these things on the road soon. And if people don't start acting right, they're gonna take those things, those box vehicles that everybody drives, off the road. Those things are dangerous. Like if you look at it from my perspective, I don't want them off the road because, well, they're useful. They get people to and from. Would I like to see hybrid and hydrogen type cars? Yeah, why not? Would I like to see them American made? Yes. But we can't have everything that we want, right? So at some point, you're going to see just armies of these things everywhere, and there's going to be legislation like you can't drive those dangerous things through our city. Like it's gonna happen. I'm surprised it hasn't already happened. The only reason why it hasn't happened yet is because there's business still being conducted in those cities. Mamdani is going to stop that. You see what these big cities are doing. You see what happened with Spencer Pratt. His numbers were going up, and then they plateaued a bit, but compared to like in percentage, you see it doing an opposite effect for this other person first time running, and they overlap. So Spencer Pratt goes, and this one's going up. So the percentage that was owned by Spencer Pratt keeps going down, 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 down. This one's going up, but Karen Bass stays almost the same, if not drops a little bit. Why would that happen? She's the incumbent. A lot of weird stuff's happening surrounding that. Keep your eyes on it. I don't know. I can't tell you if they're stealing it or not. Do your own research. I don't really care either way. That doesn't really hinge on me, but it's like if we did get that win, that would have been sweet. What the hell is that? Who is watching me right now? It's creepy. I'm gonna be honest, it's creepy. It makes me want to stop streaming because it's only one person. And they're not saying anything. Let me check all messages. Like I'd rather have nobody watching than somebody to like sit there and watch and like never interact. If it's like 20 people not interacting, that's cool. Oh. Okay. I'm like, who am I talking to? Like, you actually seem interested for whatever reason. What I'm going to tell you is that this isn't a me like laughing, like, hell yeah, only bikes on the road. I'm looking at it from a perspective of reality. So I'm on the bike. There's vehicles driving past me all the time, and they're threatening me. You know, I'm like, I'm not obligated to be in the breakdown lane for any reason. I don't need to be in the breakdown lane. Share the road. That's a state law. You know what I mean? Like Florida, it's a huge deal. State law, share the road with bikes. Be prepared to move to the side or drive slow to get around a bike. It's that simple. You got old people, dude. Oh, that dude's got hair still. Dude, I could have been somebody else. Somebody else. This cloth can be bought from a different store. Like, there's, you know, it's still available. I bought more of it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, this is a problem with mostly personal vehicles, and they're usually trucks. So people who are driving trucks around, then complaining about the gas, shaking everything up, and like they don't understand. These are children. If you're on that side of like, who cares, man? We're gonna hang 10, bro. We're just not gonna care about what's going on. That's not hang 10, bro. Like, hang 10, you were able to surf out there because you don't got a knife wielding lunatic running around. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have people's trucks driving down the beach. That's why, because there's a little bit of regulation. There's a little bit. That's the thing about conservatives. It's really all about just limited regulation. So if you were really truly on the right side, it would be the conservative side. So in a way, I do stand for true conservatism. True conservatism, because it's basic laws. You have these standard, strict, basic laws, and you don't have to worry about things. You don't have to worry so much. You know, you can get down to the details. You go to the Ten Commandments. That's another, you know, it's an easy way to describe it and understand it. Thou shalt not do this. It's very simple. We don't go outside these bounds. For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. And you know, I believe it's because our voice reaches through dimensions in time. So that's the reality of it, by the way. So that's who we're speaking to. It's a little secret between you and me. It's not meant to be heard by everyone. Secret. If you picked that, if you picked up on it, it's a little secret. You don't talk about that again. When we're speaking, we're connecting two different dimensions, and these are just different time and space. That's how we can reach in time travel. That's why there's, like, I looked into it. You look into the Divine Matrix by Greg Braden. It was like I found all the specific books that really explained all of it. Like, I took out the mumbo jumbo stuff, and I took just the concept and I applied it and tried to disprove it. And it wasn't disprovable. There's plenty of people who think that it's disprovable, but it's not. But it was, to say, not specific. It wasn't exactly the reason why this or the reason why that. What I found at the end of the day is everything is made of vibrations. Even if we go to the Planck length and we understand that strings exist, that's sound. Okay, light particles exist. Electrons or light, I believe, exist as a particle and wave. It doesn't matter if it's electrons or light. It just doesn't matter. The whole point is that everything is made of vibrations, and it's possible that gravity is just literally vibrations. So we're at a certain resonancy. We speak a certain way. Our Earth hums a certain way, and we stay stabilized in the solar system in the spot that we are in due to this. Now, if we go out of that frequency, then we don't exist. That's the secret. So that's the deadly secret. That's the dark side. If we stop this hum, then we don't exist. That's the mathematics of it. Most people are not supposed to know that. Only the people who are like 100% worthy to really see that far into it. It's like that's literally just everything. You look at vibration as it is, you can sum it up to being. Once that vibration stops, that's it. You're a neutrino. And that neutrino is a soul, but you're still a neutrino. You're stuck in between time and space. Something like that. And all this doesn't really exist anymore. It doesn't really matter anymore. But now that's only if like we stay as a neutrino. Who knows what happens? Like we might exist in a new galaxy forms, like a new galaxy, new universe forms. We find the contraction, and then big explosion again, and then we become again. So that might be our reincarnation. And we might continuously experience this throughout time. Because imagine this. If this meant nothing right now, it would just be like a dream. It would be over. We only experience the dream for a moment. So this would be a quick moment in and out. We wouldn't even really experience this. This would be like almost at a one shot. So that means that life is basically eternal. Once we are gone, we must exist somewhere else. So that's just to break the simulation theory. Because the divine creator, it created us by accident. But it was like its divine creation. So it made of itself. That's God. It's just a complex algorithm. An algorithm is just factors you multiply, add, subtract, divide. Like God is that offset. It's that thing that prevents you from perfection. That makes sense. The only reason why is because just like pi, it's not a perfect number. I'm gonna leave it at that. Have a good night, guys. Hopefully I can sleep. It's kind of noisy.